On today's episode of Outdoor Nevada, I hit the road with Austin. We visit the remote town of Belmont, walk the historic sites, check out a ghost town, camp on public lands, and visit one of the coolest things I've seen in the state of Nevada, a hot springs located 100 feet down in a massive hole. You don't want to miss this one. I'm Connor Fields, your new host for my favorite show, Outdoor Nevada. Tonopah, Nevada is a historic town located in Nye County, right in the heart of central Nevada. The town's history is deeply intertwined with the mining industry, as it served as a major hub for gold and silver mining in the early 20th century. The name is believed to be derived from an old Shoshone term meaning little water, an ode to the scarce desert springs found in the area. Today, the town serves as a window into the past, with many well-preserved historical buildings, including this one, the Mitzpah Hotel, which used to be a popular hangout for famous figures like Wyatt Earp and Mark Twain. Tonopah's central location in Nevada makes it an ideal base for exploring the surrounding desert landscapes and nearby attractions. The town is known for its stunning stargazing opportunities, owing to its remote location and minimal light pollution. It's home to the Tonopah Star Trails, an astronomical phenomenon that astrophotographers and stargazers often seek out. Additionally, visitors can explore the Central Nevada Museum, which offers a glimpse into the region's history, and nearby areas like the Tonopah Historic Mining Park, where you can learn about the mining heritage that shaped the town. Whether you're interested in history, astronomy, or just the beauty of the desert, Tonopah offers a unique and memorable experience for anyone seeking a taste of the Old West and a chance to admire the brilliance of the night sky. With Nevada's rich history of mining booms and busts, it's no surprise that the state is dotted with numerous ghost towns, each with its own unique story. Many of these abandoned towns once thrived, with saloons, banks, hotels, and more. Yet today, they're mostly crumbling buildings with eerie atmospheres, making them a popular destination for those interested in exploring the past. Belmont was once the Nye County seat and a bustling mining town, but now stands in decay. These remnants of Nevada's history serve as a haunting reminder of the boom and bust cycle of the mining industry that shaped the state. The ghost towns of Nevada vary in size and history, but all offer a fascinating glimpse into the past. The draw of these ghost towns lies in their ability to transport visitors back in time, allowing them to visualize the challenges and triumphs of the settlers who once called these places home. Exploring Nevada's ghost towns is like stepping into a time capsule, providing a connection to the state's rich history and the resilience of those who sought their fortunes in Nevada's rugged terrain. That's where Austin comes in. He's an adventurer from Fallon, Nevada. He's going to take me out on a tour of a nearby ghost town. We figured the best thing for us to do would be to disperse camp. This way, we would be close enough to the locations and not spend a ton of time in the vehicle. How does one become a ghost town historian?
So I grew up in Fallon, about 3 hours north of here, and spent a lot of time growing up out on the desert with my family. And visiting all the different ghost towns and historic sites really just clicked and became a passion of mine. So as I've gotten older, I've had the opportunity to spend a lot more time out on the desert exploring these different places and finding new ones. And really, it's something anybody can do, and it's what I love to do.
How many ghost towns are there?
So in Nevada, there's probably around 1,000, depending on how you define a ghost town.
1,000?
Yeah.
Where are they? Everywhere? All over the state?
All over the state, all 17 counties.
Wow. And how many have you been to?
I've logged personally over 500.
That's pretty impressive.
Thank you.
So what are we doing tomorrow?
So tomorrow I'm going to take you to one of those better-known ghost towns, and this is where I talk about that definition. There are still a few people actually living in Belmont, but it still finds itself near the top of every Nevada ghost town list.
I'm looking forward to it. I've never seen a ghost town before.
Really?
Lived in Nevada my whole life, never seen one.
Then you're in for a real treat, because Belmont's a gem.
Looking forward to it. Austin is an interesting person. He knows so much, not only about this area, he knows about the whole state and beyond. So when you're exploring ghost towns and you're checking things out like this, is there anything I need to know? I've never been to a ghost town before.
So, the ghost town term totally varies based on who you're talking to. Some people have a much broader term, some have a very restrictive term. And Belmont, some people wouldn't consider a ghost town because there's still people there.
So it's kind of like a good first ghost town for me to see.
Absolutely. It's definitely always high on the list of Nye County ghost towns because there is so much to see and so many places. All you find is just a few cans, a bottle.
If I'm going to be going to a ghost town, is there like a list of things that I should bring, or what should I be prepared for?
Always, have your general recovery kits. Make sure that you've got a full tank of fuel, water, because you never know what can happen or what you're going to run into. Make sure someone knows where you're going and that you have a plan. Make sure that you're well prepared. You could be miles from pavement and even further from an actual gas station or from help or cell service. So it's always great to have a plan and have the essentials.
And how are we getting there today? So, dirt road, paved road, how far out is it?
So Belmont's about 40 miles north of Tonopah, and we're gonna go ahead and cheat. This time we're taking paved roads, but most of your Nevada ghost towns are gonna have dirt roads, some of them better than others, to get out to them.
Is there ghost towns that there are no roads to get to and that you have to, go through backcountry just to find them?
Oh, definitely. So there's hundreds and hundreds of ghost towns across Nevada. Some of them are easy to get to, and some have been so long forgotten that the roads are overgrown and practically don't exist anymore.
I gotta go back. You said hundreds of ghost towns.
Absolutely.
Have they all been found, or are people still discovering new places?
Well, Nevada's history only goes back about 170 years, so at some point they've all been documented in some form or another. It's just whether that documentation still exists or is easy to find.
Right. And what are most of these ghost towns? Are they coming from old mining camps, or how do they get their start?
The majority of camps in Nevada started with mining, so gold, silver, copper, but there are some that actually started as ranching settlements, and there are some of those around, but the majority is definitely mining.
And so with what you do, you go to all these different ghost towns. Do you show people? Is it something that you enjoy? Is it your passion?
Absolutely. I think these places have survived so long that we are able to see them 150 years later, that it's really important to share while they're still here and before the desert reclaims them, as well as to promote the stewardship and preservation of them for our future generations.
At first, I really was wondering where we were going. It was nothing for miles and miles, until eventually there was something. Belmont just popped up out of nowhere, and it wasn't really what I was expecting a ghost town to look like. There are homes and people who currently live here. Belmont, Nevada is a historic ghost town. It was established in the 1860s during the silver mining boom. Belmont flourished as prospectors flocked to the region in search of precious metals. At its peak, Belmont boasted a bustling population, complete with saloons, stores, and other businesses catering to the needs of miners and settlers. However, as the silver veins dwindled and economic fortunes shifted, the town gradually declined, eventually becoming a ghost town. Today, Belmont stands as a well-preserved relic of Nevada's mining heritage, offering visitors a glimpse into the past. Exploring Belmont's dusty streets and abandoned buildings evokes a sense of nostalgia and curiosity, transporting visitors back to the heyday of the Old West. Oh wow, it looks exactly like what you would expect a ghost town to look like.
So yeah, you've got these great brick ruins of the old bank. This actually used to be a big 2-story hotel, and then in the late 70s, some hooligans came in and tore it down with their ATV. So that's kind of a shame, but there's still a lot of great stuff to see here. Of course, that crown jewel is the courthouse. So what do you say we go get a closer look?
Absolutely. Tell me about the courthouse.
So the Belmont Courthouse was built in 1876 when Belmont took the county seat from the town of Ione. It would hold the county seat status for almost 30 years until Belmont finally declined and the county seat was lost to Tonopah. The courthouse is still here, and there's a great organization that's actually working to restore it and have it open to the public as a museum, and that's really a great thing to see in an old place like this.
So how much of it has changed since it was actually in use?
So the jail cells were actually pulled out and moved to the town of Gabbs, but they were recently moved back, and those are in the back of the building now. But other than that, it's pretty much all original. New windows, new roof. Other than that, it's the same courthouse that it's been for 170 years.
Back when this was the courthouse and it was in use, what kind of stuff would happen here?
Well, they'd use it for trials. There was a jail cell in the back that they'd use for incarceration. And other than that, it was just your general services of a courthouse, just like today.
People from all over the world probably want to come and see this building, don't they?
Those that know about it, it's definitely a hidden gem, though.
It's part of what makes it so nice is there's not a whole bunch of tourists here.
Absolutely.
So I see there's a sign on the front door that says it's closed for restoration. So we can't go in, unfortunately. What are they doing to restore it?
So the Friends of Belmont Courthouse is a great organization. They're doing everything they can to restore and stabilize the building. They've put a new foundation, they've replaced all the windows, replaced the roof. So it's really great to see that they've been able to really bring this courthouse back to its former glory, and it's ongoing with donations.
That's awesome. So you had mentioned that there's a jail. Is that in the courthouse or is that outside the courthouse?
So it used to be inside the courthouse, but they moved it off to the town of Gabbs when it boomed. In 1991, it was brought back here, and it's actually outside the building now. Want to go see?
Let's check it out.
All right.
So how do you move a jail back in the day when they brought it to Gabbs?
Probably a truck. Gabbs didn't boom until the 1940s.
Okay, so they had trucks by then.
Yeah, it was definitely the age of the automotive.
You can really tell the age of the building just on how faded the brick is.
Oh, definitely. And it's actually really interesting. A lot of brick in Nevada was made either on site or nearby. So different variations in the earth and the minerals that are used to make the brick can actually lend a whole bunch of different variations of color from place to place.
Now that you mention it, I think I've noticed that.
But here we are. This is the actual jail cell that was from the courthouse, moved to Gabbs, and then moved back here in 1991.
And when did this start actually housing people that need to be put in jail?
As far as I know, this is the original jail cell from 1876.
A lot of history in there.
You bet.
And so it wasn't just out here separate from the courthouse originally, right?
No, it was actually in its own area attached to the courthouse. So this big brick room was the original jail, and the cells would have sat right in here. You can see the door on the back of the courthouse where they actually came out with the original iron door, and then even the bars on the windows.
This seems like much more of a normal place for a jail versus out in kind of hidden in the back.
Definitely.
Some cool stuff here in Belmont. What should we see next?
Well, let's go check out a couple of the mills. Those are really cool.
All right, let's do it. And what really stood out was the history of the area. You look around and you can see it, especially the courthouse. Despite its remote location, Belmont attracts history enthusiasts, photographers, and adventurers eager to uncover the secrets of this once thriving mining town. The surrounding landscape offers opportunities for outdoor recreation, including hiking, camping, and wildlife viewing. The remnants of what was are amazing. To take the time to walk around Belmont takes you back to a different time. Many of the town's original structures still stand, which serves as a testament to the town's former prominence. It's funny to think about how Main Street Belmont looks some ways the same that it did, like same buildings, but completely different.
Oh, absolutely. It's crazy to see how much of the buildings are left, because a lot of times when camps would die, a lot of the materials would be taken down, salvaged, and reused somewhere else. So to see this much brick or these many rock buildings is really, really unique in a lot of Nevada ghost towns.
And these are probably, I'd have to imagine they're authentic, right?
Oh, definitely. Probably moved in. The age of them tells me they were probably moved in from the later days, maybe the 1910s.
Look at that old fire truck.
They didn't have those in the 1860s.
What's the Philadelphia House?
So the Philadelphia House was originally the combination mine office. It was built in 1867. In later days, it was a bed and breakfast, and they called it the Philadelphia House because this was the Philadelphia mining district.
But it's not still a bed and breakfast today.
No, not right now.
Is it used for anything, or has it been abandoned?
I believe it's just been sitting waiting for a new owner.
The Belmont Courier.
This was the newspaper office. So they actually printed the Belmont Courier right here from 1874 all the way up into 1901.
Are there any old replicas of the old newspapers?
I'm sure they're archived somewhere in Tonopah.
Austin and I did a lot of walking, and we did a lot of talking. You can tell Austin loves talking about Nevada and its ghost towns. Next up, an iconic symbol of Belmont's mining history, the smokestack. This smokestack, a relic of Belmont's mining era, once served as a vital component of the mining operation that fueled the town's economy during the late 19th and early 20th centuries. Rising prominently against the desert backdrop, the smokestack stands as a silent sentinel, bearing witness to the toil and ingenuity of the miners who once worked tirelessly in the nearby mines.
Pretty cool, huh?
Yeah.
So this was the combination mill. It was built in 1868 and had 40 stamps to process the silver ore. It was the largest mill in Belmont at the time, and it lasted until about 1880.
So you say lasted, where'd it go?
Well, after the boom ended here, the mill was dismantled. All of the equipment was moved to a new town down in Esmeralda County called Gold Mountain. And this big brick shell of a building actually stayed here until about 1914.
So we have this door here. What is it, and is it safe to go in?
Well, this would have been a vault for the mill where they'd have kept probably the processed ore or whatever. I'd say it stood this long. Let's go see.
It's quite literally safe. The old smokestack is not only a testament to the town's mining heritage, but also a striking landmark that captures the imagination of visitors. Standing in its shadow, you can't help but think about the stories of the past and marvel at the engineering feats of a bygone era.
Definitely.
So they stole all the bricks from this building, but they didn't steal the bricks from the stack.
You know, I couldn't give you a reason why. My guess would be because it was too tall as opposed to the actual building, or the bricks were curved.
So where did the bricks that were in this building go?
So when this building was finally dismantled in 1914, the bricks were all moved down the hill to build the new Cameron mill.
Are they still there today?
Yeah, let's go take a closer look.
All right. Not far from the smokestack are several abandoned structures. Austin walked me around one of the larger structures. This is pretty cool.
Yeah. So this is the Cameron mill. This was the one built in 1914 from the bricks up there at the combination.
So they brought them all the way down just to build this?
All the way down just to build a whole new building. Great example of reuse and recycle.
Oh, it looks like they recycled the roof as well.
At some point, definitely.
I really wish I could see a photo of what it looked like in its heyday to compare it to now.
I think it'd be an incredible difference, but seeing all the brick and seeing the distinctive shapes would definitely make it a really cool comparison.
You gotta look out for the rebar and the bolts that are sticking out from everywhere too.
Yeah, you'll notice there's a lot more iron and stuff here, as well as cement because of the different time period. And this mill even actually had electricity, which was the first electrified mill in Belmont. There was a power line that stretched over the mountains to the town of Manhattan.
Is that power line still around?
No. Not much left here to power anymore.
I guess that's true.
But it's definitely cool to see, like all the other buildings in Belmont, that there's still so much brick left.
I wonder why they didn't take the brick from this to use for a new mill.
I think by the time 1917 happened and this mill was out of service, mining had really slowed in this part of the state. And a lot of the newer mills actually used wood and tin structures because they were cheaper and easier to construct.
So the brick kind of became outdated.
Absolutely.
And what would they mine here?
So Belmont was predominantly silver, and during its peak periods from 1860s up until the 1880s, about $15 million worth of silver was produced.
You can see some of the brick has been falling off over the years.
Yeah, it's definitely seen some better days.
Still some windowsill completely intact as well on the top.
Yeah, it's remarkable how much really is left despite how much is gone.
I got a bit more time. Is there anything else in the area I should check out?
Yeah, I think I've got something. Let's go.
From here, Austin said that he had a surprise for me. A natural wonder not too far away. Off we went. I was curious and asked for a clue. All he told me was Diana's Punchbowl. I had no idea what he was talking about. Sometimes I forget just how big the state of Nevada is. It's mind-blowing. So we head out from the abandoned building and away from Belmont. It was a paved road, eventually into a dirt road, and finally a dirt trail. The trail led to this one lone hill in the middle of nowhere. We went around it and up to the top, and I still had no idea what Austin was going to be showing me. But then, there it was, Diana's Punchbowl. It was wild to see this. I could have driven past this hill 100 times and never had any idea what was up here. It was super cool to stand at the edge of this. Oh wow, look at that.
Yeah, so this is Diana's Punchbowl. Kind of a geological anomaly out here, but it's pretty cool.
The first person to find this must have been so confused as to why there's this massive hole filled with water in the middle of a valley.
On top of a hill to boot.
Yeah, makes you wonder, what the first person who found it was thinking. I wonder if it's warm down there. Is it hot in there? Is it hot springs?
It's a hot spring, and actually if you look really close, you can even see some of the steam coming up off the water. That water's about 140 to 180 degrees.
Oof, that's hot.
Yeah. So the rock we're standing on is actually travertine. It was emerged up from this spring to build this 50-foot tall mound. It's about 200 feet around, and this has been known even to the Native Americans as a sacred place and the home of great spirits.
Any idea how they named it?
So Diana is actually the Roman goddess of hunters, wild animals, and even of springs in the countryside.
Any idea if that was named by the Native Americans or if it was named by the modern settlers?
No, the name would have originated after the 1860s when farmsteaders started to move into this area.
Cool. Diana's Punchbowl is a natural wonder within the remote desert landscape. This geological marvel is a large circular depression formed by the collapse of a cavern roof millions of years ago. Diana's Punchbowl is an impressive sight. The Punchbowl's natural beauty and remote location make it a popular destination for adventurous travelers and geology enthusiasts alike. I really enjoyed my time with Austin. He's a great guy, has a ton of knowledge. I don't think Austin will ever run out of things to talk about. Austin wanted to keep exploring, but there's only so much time in a day, and Nevada is a huge place. So, till next time, Austin. The history of Nevada is everywhere. You just have to know where to look. And believe you me, it's not always right there. You might have to do some legit exploring. Not only driving miles and miles of single-lane highways, but getting off the pavement and out onto the dirt. A disclaimer, I would not suggest taking these adventures alone, unprepared and uninformed. Several times we found ourselves in the middle of nowhere with zero cell service. The roads are rough and unforgiving. I'm not trying to discourage anyone from exploring Nevada. I want you to get out and see all of the amazing things that Nevada has to offer. I just want it to be a positive experience. If you want to get out there and explore something new, find a group of people who are looking to do the same thing. That is exactly how I found Austin. There are plenty of people and plenty of groups out there. My suggestion, start on social media. People love to share their adventures. Make a connection and start with a small adventure. Maybe it's a day trip. Take it step by step and at your own pace. There is plenty to see. This adventure is something that I will never forget. Being so immersed in the history, seeing it, feeling it, and even being able to put my hands on it was an amazing experience. So next time you're driving through Tonopah, don't just fill up in gas. Check it out, take a look around, do some exploring. You won't regret it. And if you don't want to venture out, you'll always have me and Outdoor Nevada. I got you. So till next time, I'm Connor Fields, and this is Outdoor Nevada.